Hi friend, it's Demetra. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here and if you are returning, welcome back. On my channel, I cover my weight loss, healing, and self-development journey. So if you are interested in that content, then please subscribe to my channel and join the journey family. In today's video, I'm doing my 1 month recap. I am actually in the 4th month, 3.5 months in on my journey, but I just started documenting it here on my channel a few weeks ago. So I did want to make some recap videos to get you guys caught up to where I am at now. I do have some notes here that I will be referring to because the way my memory is set up, I'm not going to remember every single thing that I want to share with you guys. And I want you to have all the information that you may need to make a decision if you want to go on this journey, or if you're already on it, then maybe some of this information will be relatable to you as well. So if I'm looking down, then please excuse me. Just know I'm checking my notes. First, let me start with a little background. So as far as the injections, this is not my first experience with weight loss injections. In 2023, I did do semaglutide, which is the active ingredient in Ozempic and Wegovy. And I was on that for about 6 months. I was on it from September of 23 to January of 2024. I quit my job in January. My husband had a heart transplant in January of this year, and it was just not feasible for me to continue on paying for the injections. So, and I also was having limited success on semaglutide, so I stopped. And then in April, that's when I started my alternate day fasting journey, which I just stopped that as well. On semaglutide, in the 6 months that I was on it, I lost a total of 21 pounds, which I then gained back after I stopped the injections and had a hard time losing even during my alternate day fasting journey, which is why I am now on the tirzepatide. I went back to the same physician, which he is at a local spa here in my town. I went back to him this year when I was ready to get back on weight loss injections, and he recommended the tirzepatide, and it is a compound. My insurance doesn't pay for anything, so of course, if you're in this community, you know that the compound is just more affordable if you're paying out of pocket. So I was paying out of pocket and started on the lowest dose of the tirzepatide. Now, since I had already been on semaglutide, I asked if we could skip some of the loading doses, but because it is 2 different types of medications, he was not willing to do that, and he did require me to titrate up, starting with the lowest dose. To my knowledge, the lowest dose, and that was 0.20, 0.20, so of 12.5 milligrams. So the syringe, there was 20 units that I started out with in the syringe. I did 2 months with the local spa, so I did 20 the first month, and then when I do my month 2 recap, we'll talk about the dose there. So each month, you titrate up if necessary. You can titrate up if necessary, or at least that has been my experience. So the weekly breakdown of my first month on tirzepatide, I was 309.8 pounds when I first started this journey. And then in week 1, at the end of week 1, I had gained 2.2 pounds. So I was 312 pounds. Week 2, and I will insert a chart here with all 4 weeks and then the total. Week 2, I was 309 pounds, so I lost 3 pounds. In week 3, I was 308 pounds, so I lost another pound. In week 4, and my final week on the 20 units, I was 306.6 pounds, so that was another loss of 1.4 pounds. So in my first month on tirzepatide, I lost a total of 5.4 pounds. I did mention to the physician that I was doing alternate day fasting. He told me not to fast because I already was going to be consuming limited amounts of food and I needed to eat every day. So I did not listen to what he said. I continue to post content about alternate day fasting. I continue to attempt to do alternate day fasting. Some days and weeks I was more successful than others. I was not feeling any appetite suppression that first month on tirzepatide. I felt like if I didn't do alternate day fasting, then I was more apt to overeat, especially with the medication not working yet. I was still feeling the food noise. I was still binge eating. Like the first month, I felt like that I didn't have any medication at all in my system. But I was aware that it takes time and I needed to be patient and that I have to titrate up to eventually get to the point where I would feel some suppression and where hopefully the food noise would lessen. But the first month was not it. So I did struggle that first month. As far as side effects, I didn't feel any side effects either. I didn't have any nausea. I didn't have any constipation. So that's my recap for month 1. And stay tuned for month 2 recap. And if you like this video, share, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment. And until next time, bye friend.